Let's begin sitting today. So you can come into a comfortable cross-legged position. If you have something to sit up on, you might grab that. And we'll begin with eyes closed. And let these first few moments of class be a time to switch gears, kind of settle into what's just right here, right now, letting go of all the other busyness of life. Come into a nice slow rhythm with your breath. And you're welcome to keep your eyes open or closed throughout the class. Let's begin with a gentle twist. We'll take the left hand across to the right knee, the right hand to the floor behind you. As you inhale, sit tall. As you exhale, try and rotate a little bit more, looking back over your shoulder. Keep twisting in this direction, but turn your head the other way, looking over the opposite shoulder like you're wringing out your spine. And then release and switch. Starting gently, lengthen, rotate, and then keep going. Each breath. See, is there more? Keep going in this direction, but turn your head the other way, looking over the opposite shoulder like you're wringing out. And then release back around to the front. Let's interlace fingers in front and put some pressure between the arms like you're going to pull your arms apart. And that can help spread between the shoulder blades, the upper back, spreading your rib cage. And then release and interlace fingers behind your back. Other thumb on top this time. Open up through the chest and then let's fold forward. And that could be just dropping your head or coming part way or all the way to the floor. And then release, come up, hands to knees, round back. Lean away from your hands on your knees, drop your chin. And then roll your way back up. Let's bring the other leg in front or on top. Sitting tall, drop your right ear over to right shoulder, pressing down through the left shoulder. Looking for an opening on left side of your neck. And then rotate chin to chest, come over to the other side. Both shoulders drop, but now more through the right side. Let's rotate chin to chest, come over to the first side, and then go back and forth a few times. Half circles or 3/4 circles. Next time your chin is to your chest, stay there. Interlace your fingers behind your head. Let your elbows hang down, stretching the back of your neck. And then release the arms, head floats back up. Let's bring hands to the floor behind us, fingers facing forward. Roll your shoulders back and your elbows back. And then lift the chest. Take the chest as high as you can. And then release. Come up, hands to knees, round back. Lean away from your hands on your knees. Drop your chin. And then roll your way up. Let's come forward onto hands and knees, tabletop. If you want to pad your knees, you could grab a blanket or roll up the middle of your mat. Place your hands, fingers spread right under shoulders, knees under hips. We'll take a few rolls through the spine, starting by lifting the head and tail, arching. Exhale, round. Inhale, arch. Exhale, curve. Inhale, arch. Exhale, curve. Now, inhale, arch and send your right leg up and back. Exhale, knee to chest. Pull it in nice and close. Inhale, extend up and back. From here, shift your weight forward, bend your elbows straight back and dip part way or all the way to the floor, pressing up from there. Knee in. Extend. Go forward to dip down. If going all the way down is too much, you could just go a couple of inches and then press up from there. Knee in. Extend. One more time. Go forward to dip down. Press up. Knee in. Extend and then roll your hip open, reaching toes to the side wall. You're welcome to stay here on two hands or take your left hand back so opposite hand catches the foot. Kick your foot into your hand, opening up that left shoulder, a little back bend, bit of a balance. Try and lift up away from the supporting hand. Let's gently release, arm forward, leg back, square off shoulders and hips. Draw the belly in, taking out any excess arch in the lower back. And then release, hands and knees, sink back to child's pose, releasing hips to the heels, forehead to the floor. You might give your wrist a little rub or circle. And then let's come back up to table. Reset, hands under shoulders, knees under hips. Inhale, lift the head and tail. Exhale, round. Inhale, arch. Exhale, curve. Now inhale, arch and send the left leg up and back. Exhale, knee to chest. Inhale, extend. Exhale, dip forward to go down. Press up. Knee in. Extend. Dip down, even if it's just 1 or 2 inches. Press up. Knee in. Extend. One more time, dip down. Press up. Knee in. Extend and then roll your hip open. You can stay on 2 hands or take the right hand back, catching your foot and kicking your foot into your hand, opening through the chest. Pull up away from the supporting hands. You're creating space in all those joints. And then gently release. Arm forward, leg back, square off your shoulders, hips. Draw the belly in. Imagine you could take your whole spine a little further away from the floor. And then release, hands and knees, sink back to child's pose. Maybe give your left wrist a little rub this time. With arms out in front of you, walk your hands over to the left and then pull back through your right hip. Stretching right side a little more. Come through center and over to the other side. Pull back through your left hip, stretching left side a bit more. Come back to center. Let's lift up through table and come back to downward facing dog. Send the hips up and back. You might pedal out your feet a little bit, bending one knee as you press the opposite heel towards the floor, waking up the backs of the legs. And then walk your hands and feet towards one another and let's hang in ragdoll. Feet hip width apart, parallel. You can bend your knees a little or a lot. You can take any movement, a little sway or shake out. Bend your knees a little more. Slowly roll up, coming all the way up to standing. One vertebrae at a time, stacking up. Let's step up to the front of the mat. We'll bring hands together. Feet can be together or apart. Come into your mountain pose, Tadasana. We'll take a full A-series sun salutation. Next inhale, arms sweep high. Exhale, fold forward, swan dive down. Inhale, lengthen, part way up. Step or hop your feet back, coming through, high push-up, lower down, chaturanga. Come into your back bend, and you might take an extra breath or two here, just feeling how this is now. When you're ready, back to down dog, and then we'll settle into a good rest, whether that's down dog or child's pose or sitting, keeping breath deep and even. Last breath here. Let's come back through down dog and step or hop your feet forward, inhaling flat back. Exhale, fold. Inhale, up to standing. Exhale, arms press down. Again, inhale, arms high. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, lengthen. Step or hop your feet back, lower down. Up dog or cobra. And back to down dog. Take the time you need. When you're ready, right leg sweeps up. Bend your knee to your chest and start circling this bent right knee. Exploring your range of motion, feeling what this stirs up in you. Next time your leg is up, reach it straight. Circle your ankle a few times. Big circles, both directions. Take your leg a little higher and then bring your right knee towards right upper arm. Extend it up and back. Take it across towards left upper arm. Reach it up and back. All right, towards the center of your chest, working core strength. Extend it up and back. Take a big step forward, high lunge. Inhale, arms up. Sink low. Let's grab the left wrist and take it across. Little side bend. Come over to the other side. Grab your right wrist, take it across. And then back to center. Interlace fingers behind your back. Open up the chest. Hips nice and low. Let's release the arms up. Tip forward, standing splits, hands to the floor or to a couple of blocks. We'll do this with hips square and with the upper body letting go. Like ragdoll, let your head hang, even relaxing your face. Last breath. Step back. Warrior one. Inhale, arms up. Deep bend in the front leg. Last breath. Release, hands to the floor. Make your way back to down dog. You can take a vinyasa or just step back. Feeling what you are choosing to do. From down dog, when you're ready, left leg sweeps up. Bend your knee in and start circling. Next time your leg is up, reach it straight, circle your ankle a few times. Take your leg a little higher, and then left knee towards left upper arm. Send it up and back. Take it across, towards right upper arm. Reach it up and back. All right, towards the center of your chest. Extend it up and back. Big step forward. High lunge. Inhale, arms up. Settle in. Let's grab the right wrist. Take it across. Come over to the other side. And then back to center. Interlace fingers behind your back. Maybe the other thumb on top this time. Open up the chest. Feel your feet, feel your hips dropping, grounding down. And then release, arms up. Tip forward, standing splits. Keep stretching that back leg longer. Keep letting the upper body release more. Last breath here. Step back. Warrior one. Last breath. Release. Hands to the floor. Make your way back to down dog. And then settle into a good rest, letting go of all of that. Last deep breath in and out. Come back through down dog and step or hop your feet forward. Inhaling, flat back. Exhale, fold. Inhale, up to standing. Exhale, arms press down. Let's bend the knees and come into chair, Utkatasana. Hips nice and low, head high, shoulders drop low, but fingers reach high. One more deep breath here. Let's release, fold forward. Inhale, lengthen. Step or hop your feet back, lower down. Up dog or cobra. Back to down dog. Send the right leg up, one breath. Step forward, high lunge. Inhale, arms up. Let's come into warrior three. Shift forward and find your balance. You're welcome to modify or adjust however you need to. Feeling your breath. Last breath here. Step back, warrior one, just one breath. Release through a vinyasa or your movement transition. Same thing other side. When you're ready, left leg sweeps up. Step forward, high lunge. Arms up. Warrior three. Lots of options. You can choose the option that feels right for you, moment by moment. Last breath here. Step back. Warrior one. Release through some movement transition. And then settle into a good rest. More important than the shape, coming back to stillness, back to ease. One more deep breath here. Let's come back through down dog and step or hop your feet forward. Inhaling, flat back. Exhale, fold. Bend your knees, arms up. Inhale, chair. Exhale, straighten. Again, inhale, chair. Exhale, fold. Inhale, lengthen. Step or hop your feet back, lower down. Up dog or cobra. And back to down dog. Right leg sweeps up. Step forward, high lunge. Arms up. Warrior three, one breath. Step back, warrior one. From here, open out, warrior two. And then take your time adjusting, feeling your footing, checking on all the things you know to check in on throughout your body. Flip the right palm to face the ceiling, reverse warrior two. Big side stretch. Let's straighten the front leg for triangle. One more breath here. Let's release, hands to the floor. Make your way back to down dog. Same thing other side, just taking one thing at a time. From down dog, when you're ready, left leg sweeps up. Step forward, high lunge. Arms up. Warrior 3, 1 breath. Step back, warrior 1. Open out, warrior 2. Flip the left palm, reverse warrior. Straighten the front leg, triangle. Engaging what's useful, 100% effort. Releasing what's not needed. Continuing to look for ease, even here. Last breath. Let's release. Make your way back to down dog. And then again, settle into some resting pose. Let's make our way back through down dog. And step or hop your feet forward, inhaling flat back. Exhale, fold. Bend your knees, arms up, inhale, chair. Exhale, straighten. Let's take one more sun salutation. Bend the knees, inhale, chair. From here, come into a twist. Left elbow cross to the outside of the right knee. You can work the palms towards the center of the chest. Lengthen your spine as you twist. Back to center, hips low, arms high. Same thing other side, right elbow across. Working palms towards the center of the chest, opening through the top shoulder. Come back to center, hips low, arms high. Let's interlace fingers behind the back, lift the chest, and then fold, wrapping arms overhead. You're welcome to separate your feet, hip width apart or wider. And then release the arms all the way down. If you'd like to try a crow pose, take a little step back from the front of the mat, set the hands shoulder width apart, knees to the upper arms, and then shift your weight forward. More weight in the hands, less weight in the feet. If the feet become weightless, you might lift them up, breathing wherever you are. If you were in your hands, you can come back to your feet. If you're able, stand hand, one hand at a time, slides under the feet so the toes are up to the wrists. If this does not work for you, of course, don't do it. Don't worry about it. And then release the hands out from under the feet. We'll make our way back to down dog. If you want to take crow again, work on hopping out of crow, you're welcome. You could also just step back or take a regular vinyasa to get back. Feeling what you're doing, whatever you're choosing. From down dog, when you're ready, right leg sweeps up, step forward, high lunge. Inhale, arms up. Let's come into a twist here, left elbow across. Now you're welcome to take any other variation of this. If you would prefer to drop the back knee and do a low lunge, you could. You can take a different arm position. Last breath here. Let's release, hands to the floor, half moon, Ardha Chandrasana. Shift your weight forward, lift the back leg, roll open through the left hip. Extend left arm high, going towards a straight line from one arm to the other. If it's difficult to reach the floor, you can bend your bottom leg or grab a block or both. Last breath here. Release, hands to the floor. Take a short step back, pyramid, getting set up for revolved triangle. For this, you may want to use a block if you have one. You can either bring your left hand to your foot, the floor on either side of your foot, or on a block on either side of your foot. You can start with your right hand at your lower back, kind of feeling the hips, try and square them, draw the right hip back, lengthening right side of the torso. And then extending right arm high. And we are going in directions. It doesn't matter how far you get in those directions. Go towards a straight line through the arms, towards a long spine. Right hip pulling back towards square. Last breath here. Release. Make your way back to down dog. Could be through a vinyasa, could be just stepping back. When you're ready, left leg sweeps up. Step forward, high lunge. Inhale, arms up. Come into a twist here, right elbow across. Work the palms towards the center of the chest. Feel free to modify or adjust how you need to. Last breath here. Release, hands to the floor, step up. Half moon, Ardha Chandrasana. Doing your best, given what you understand and are able to do right now. And then letting that be. Last breath here. Let's release. Hands to the floor. Take a short step back, coming through pyramid. Might adjust your footing. Square off the hips. Set your right hand either on your foot, your ankle, the floor, or a block. You might begin with the left hand at your lower back. Draw back through that left hip. You could even use your thumb to pull your hip back. And then when you're ready, extend left arm high. This is a bit of a challenge for balance, so if you are wobbling, looking down may help a little. Last breath here. Release. Make your way back to down dog. And then settle into a good rest, letting go. Last breath here. Let's come through to sitting. You can extend the legs forward. Take the flesh of the sit bones back out of your way. And we'll take a seated forward fold. And you can use your hands wherever they're going to support you. If you can reach your feet, you might use your hands against your feet to lengthen and fold. If you can't reach, you could put a strap around them or go back to having hands on the floor. Going towards length, towards folding. Inhale to look up. Exhale, release. Let's bring the soles of the feet together. Baddha Konasana. You can grab the toes or ankles with that grip, lengthen and fold. Shoulders relaxed, face relaxed. Let's release, come up. Okay, take your right hand to the inside of your right foot, and we're going to push the foot into the hand and let your right arm kind of be pulled off your back. So this is not traditional alignment. Let yourself slump, like let the belly come back, let the chest collapse, and pull your arm back. You can kind of wriggle into a really nice upper back stretch. The more you slump, the better it feels. And then zip up through your spine, more traditional alignment. Come right up onto the sit bones, lengthen your chest, draw your right shoulder blade back on your back, and open the right leg out to the side, whatever amount you're able. Maybe straight, maybe partway straight, but keep the chest lifting. You can use your left hand on your knee to pull the chest forward. And then release. Same thing other side. So first option, hand on the inside of the foot, shlumpasana. Let your belly collapse, chest collapse, head hang. Let your shoulder blade be pulled off your back. And then second variation, coming right up onto the sit bones, placing the shoulder blade back on the back, chest square, left leg bent or straight. Work with your body. You can use your right hand to help pull the chest through, opening. And then release. Okay, let's try something a little fun. For this, we want to clear the back of the mat. Make sure there's nothing on the mat behind you. And if you're not at the front of your mat, go ahead and scoot up to the front. We're going to grab the big toes, lean back to find your balance, and then open the legs. This is like the second variation. So shoulder blades are on the back, right up on the sit bones, back nice and flat. And if you can straighten your legs, do so. If they don't straighten, you can keep them bent. And we're coming right up onto the fronts of the sit bones. So right before you fall, see if you can balance there, chest lifting, breathing. Now please don't hurt yourself. Check, double check that your mat is clear. Now we're going to round our backs, which will rock us back either onto the shoulders or middle back. So if you round back, you're either going to balance on the shoulders in a wide-legged plow, or if you don't make it there or that's not a good place to hang out, just on your middle back with your legs wide. From here, we're going to try and rock back up and find our balance. So you can do it in 1 or 2 or many rocks. Little tricky. If you don't make it the first time, try a couple extra. And then let's bring legs together. So again, the legs can be bent or straight, nice tall spine, chest lifting, breathing. And then we're going to round back, rocking back onto the middle back or shoulders, just for a moment. And then rock your way back up. If you don't make it on the first one, try a couple more or get there how you can. Last variation, we're going to hold somewhere behind the legs. So it could be anywhere behind the hamstrings, knees, calves. If you're more on the bendy side, try to go behind the feet or ankles, just like the seated forward fold, tipped on its end. Still going towards a nice long spine, breathing. And last time we're going to round back, roll all the way back. This time, instead of rocking up to balance, we're going to slowly roll the hips to the floor. Take a long time, as long as you can. If you start to go too fast, pull on the backs of your legs like brakes. So that could be the feet, ankles, calves, or if it feels like you'd have more control with hands on the floor, you could do that. And anywhere along the way, you might pause, letting the weight of your body pour down through different points of your back. This can be a wonderful back massage. It does not work for all bodies, so if it's not working for you, it's kind of similar to Happy Baby. You could switch and do that instead. Once your hips are down, you can bring your knees to your chest. Take a little circle or rock with your knees, massaging the lower back and sacrum into the floor. And we're going to take a fish pose as a counter stretch. And there's many ways of getting into fish. The one that I'll show today is one option. If you know another way and want to do that instead, you're welcome. So if you place your hands palms facing down, one hand at a time, pretty low under your body, so you kind of rock side to side to get your arms under you, palms facing down. When you bend your elbows, it'll kind of prop the chest up, and you can drop your head to the floor. Then you can take your hands out from under you so you have a little more control with where you place things. So all the weight is actually in the head and the hips. The elbows are not needed. You can keep them on the floor if you like, or try a flying fish variation with arms overhead. If this does not seem like a good idea for you, of course, don't do it. Breathe wherever you are. If you are in fish, try spreading the rib cage a little bit more. Maybe spread the toes to mimic what's happening in the ribs. And then when you're ready, tuck your chin, come down, and rest with back flat. We are getting towards the end of class. I will keep giving suggestions, but if there's a different way you would like to wrap things up, by all means, do what feels right for you. So I'll suggest a hip and leg stretch to finish from on your back. If you cross your right ankle above your left knee, you can reach your hands through, grab the left leg, and draw it in. Dropping the shoulders, spreading the back, releasing the whole back side of the torso into the floor. Let's drop the left foot to the floor, straighten the right leg up to the ceiling, holding somewhere behind your right leg. Flex and point your foot a few times. Circle your ankle a couple times one way, a couple times the other way. Keeping your leg more or less where it is, straighten your left leg along the floor. So grounding down through the back of the left leg, open the right leg out to the right. And there's lots of ways to support your leg. One way is to have your elbow on the floor, leg resting into your hand. You can hold higher or lower. Bring this straight leg up and across, opposite hand to the outside of the foot, or calf, or knee, or on a strap, and then take it all the way over. So you can go ahead and tip onto the outside of that bottom leg. Roll open through the right shoulder. Nice deep twist with a straight or partly straight leg. And if you want to add a quad stretch to this, your free hand, your right hand, can reach down for your free foot, your left foot. Once you have hold, try and drop the shoulder back down. In a moment, we'll roll back onto our backs. There is the option of coming through half or full lotus for those of you that those poses work for. So as you roll onto your back, if you can, bring your right leg into half lotus. If your hands are still on your feet, you might bring that bottom leg up and around into full lotus. Don't force it. Once you have your knees to your chest, hug them however they are. Could be crossed ankles, half lotus or full lotus or something else. Little circle or rock. And then release your legs up to the ceiling. Give them a good shake out, shaking the muscle on the bone. Let that go. And then drop your feet to the floor. Same thing other side. Left ankle crosses above the right knee. Reach your hands through. Grab the right leg. Ease it in. What is there to let go of right here? Let's release, right foot to the floor, straighten the left leg up, flex and point. Circle your ankle, couple times one way, couple times the other way. And then straighten the right leg along the floor, open the left leg out to the left. Let's bring this straight leg up and across. Opposite hand to the outside of the foot, ankle, calf, a strap, whatever works for you. You can go ahead and tip over onto the outside of the right hip. Roll open through the left arm. And if you did so on the other side, you can add that quad stretch, bending the bottom leg, reaching for it and drawing it in. And of course, if that doesn't work, don't do it. Don't worry about it. Roll back onto your back, maybe coming through half lotus or full lotus. Hug your knees to your chest, however they are. Maybe a little circle or rock. And then unwind the legs. Give them a good shake out, shaking the muscle on the bone. And then release. And just check in with your body. Is anything else needed before you settle into shavasana? Can take some time if you like for any last pose or stretch. Anything you want to do to wrap up or get comfortable. Eventually settling into stillness. Slowly begin to wiggle your fingers and toes. Gently increasing movement through your wrists and ankles. Stretching out long through your arms and legs. And then when you're ready, bring your knees in. Roll to one side, pausing there for a moment. Use your hands to help you up to sitting. And we'll bring hands together at the heart. Namaste. Thank you, everyone. Thanks for practicing with me today. Hope you enjoy the rest of your day.